Hello, everybody. It's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick here, and I thought that I would come on for just a little bit to show you the brand new up and coming Stamp and Die bundle, Many Messages. This one is going to be a lot of fun, and I know that everyone is going to just love it, but I wanted to share it with you because I've got a fun little trick for you to put the sticker on it. And also, I wanted to just show you so that you know and aren't surprised that the images on here, or rather the sentiments on here, are all one stamp. And the die bundle that goes with it is one die. And so, as you can see, when I open it up, it has just the one die that has all of the little frames and shapes. They're all already on the one piece. And then the same thing with the sentiments. They're all one stamp, okay? Now, I have seen a fabulous little trick to put a sticker on the stamp so that it's exactly lined up. And I wanted to show that to you today. So I'm going to grab my great big F block and let me just take the sticker sheet and I'm going to pull the whole thing off. So I'm pulling the backing and the sticker sheet itself, okay? So I'm just going to lay this down. And actually, let me put it on the pierce mat. That way it's a little easier here. So I'm just going to lay that down like so. And then I will put it onto the block. Oh, let me get away so that I can line up over the top of it. Just like so. Here we go. And then I'm going to burnish it down, get all these bubbles out. Just like that. Make sure that I've got it nice and smooth from the get-go. This one's a bigger one, so it's going to be just a little more, you know, kind of intimidating, challenging, whatever. But we're going to get it. This is a good one to show you on because it is so big. Okay. Now I'm going to pull the backing off of this one. So we'll leave only the sticker on the block, and I see I've still got a couple of little bubbles, but I think it'll be okay. Pull that off. And then we're going to pop the stamp out of the frame. Leave this in your stamp case. Don't throw it away. Just helps keep your stamps from sliding around. Of course, with the big single stamp, you really don't need it, but with your little ones, you know, where you have individual stamps, I always keep this piece so that I can line it back up on the backing, and it just keeps my stamps in a nice order so that they're not flopping around. Okay, now let's take the backing off of the stamp and make sure that we've got it turned the right direction. So we'll lay that down. And then I'm going to take the block and very carefully, no pressure, nothing like live streaming this. Okay. And I'm just going to line it up ever so carefully to make sure that we are lined up everywhere here. I think that looks good. Give it a good press down. All right, now turn it over and pull it off. And we have got our stamp. Now I'm going to put it on my Stamparatus. let's see, right about here. So I'm showing you a couple of things together today. And so let me get a piece of Whisper White cardstock. There we go. And you can kind of test it out, see, make sure that it's going to be the right sizes for you here. And that's going to be good. I can bring it down just a little bit there. Okay, now let's put our magnets here. And I'm using the Stamparatus so that I can ink it up really well and re-ink and re-ink again if I need to. So I want to make sure that all of my sentiments that are on here are getting the same nice, clean, stamped image, that none of them are going to be misstamped or anything like that. So especially with a stamp as big as the one we have here, we definitely want to make sure. There we go. Of course, I'm pushing on it quite a bit so I can clean up that little spot right in there. There we go. Okay, and let's move this down here. There we go. And we'll ink it up again. Tap, 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 not smush, smush, smush. And there we go. Whoop, see right there? We can put it back and give it a good press. There we go. Okay. Now, let me set this off to the side. And now I'm going to grab that die cut plate and I'm going to line them up and cut them all out at the same time. I'm going to use the stars and the hearts as a guide so that I can tell if I've got it on straight. And by doing that, you're going to line up everything else. So as long as you've got your stars and hearts lined up straight, you'll be good to go. Okay, now I'm going to press down that washi tape so that it stays put. Bring in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now whenever you have a big die like this, or squares or big pieces, you really want to kind of make sure that they're off just a little bit at an angle so that when they run through, it's not putting so much pressure on the die in one spot. And this will help keep your dies lasting longer and makes it easier to go through the machine as well. No worries about the cracks, totally fine. And let me get this out of the way. And now we have all of these fabulous sentiments ready to go for whatever we may want. Isn't that great? All right, let me set it out of the way here. Get the rest of these. Perfect. Nice and easy. All right, there we go. There. Okay, so now we've got all of these. Isn't that great? So I've taken one of my little half stamp cases, which sadly we don't have anymore, but you can put them in a little box or a tub. And I've die cut some of the shapes already because, you know, even if you don't have a sentiment that will fit on there, or if you're working on a particular card project and you just need little strips of color, you can use these for that too, right? So you don't have to just use the sentiment pieces, you know, you don't have to just use these. You can use these just for color too. And so you can have a bunch of them made up on hand, ready to go. And it's fabulous, right? Now also with these, for example, this one that has the stitching around it, you can cut around the stitching just inside of it and layer it on another piece that you've pre-cut. So for example, let's just do this one. Right here. You know, when I first saw this, I wasn't really sure how I felt about it because I didn't like the idea of all of them being on one stamp and one die. I really would have preferred to have had them individually. However, now that I've had a minute to play with it, I actually really like it. So it's fine. I can make a bunch of them up at one time and it works out very well. Let's just go ahead and add some Stampin' Dimensionals to the back side of this piece. And then we're going to layer it right on top of the colored layer. And it's going to fit perfectly, just like that. See? And now you have a nice accent piece that you can use on a card. So let me go ahead and put all this stuff away here. Let me find, yeah, maybe I want that one. No, I think I want that one. Okay. This is totally off the cuff here, friends. I did not pre-plan on making a card with you, so bear with me. Fully impromptu card class here. Okay, let me get that out of the way. All right, so I've got my little piece that I've made here, and I've grabbed out just one of those strips, so we're going to use it. Let me put that away. All right, and let's see. I will pull out, how about this designer series paper? This is brand new stuff too. This is a free celebration item that's coming up in December or in January. So I'm going to be placing my pre-order tomorrow morning. I cannot wait, and I'll be able to show some stuff to you as soon as it comes in, but this will be a free item that will be available to customers starting in January. So that's awesome. I saw someone had commented, oh, hey, Miss Sharon, how are you? Hey, Miss Sherry. Oh, I see someone else. Oh, yeah, you can do that, Sharon. It's really easy. The Stamparatus really helps a lot. Okay, so let's just do a quick, let me see. Let me pull these out. And honestly, I think I like the colors on the back that are more subtle tones, but I'm really wanting to use a floral one. I just don't want it to be crazy and be a bit much. So let's see how. All right. Let's see how this is going to look. Let me grab my trimmer. I'm going to cut this at 4 inches since that's a third of the sheet of designer series paper. And then we'll cut it at 5 1/4. Okay. Hey, honeybees, Stampin' Hive, how are ya? I'm playing off the cuff, so I'm hoping that I'm not making a mess of myself and my project here, but we'll see what we end up with, shall we? All right, now I want a piece of cardstock for my base. And I think I'm going to do a Night of Navy, maybe. And let's trim this one because I don't have one already. 5.5 inches. There we go. And score it at 4.25. You know, I was working on some projects, some little gift items for my team Christmas party, and I was so excited. I had everything pre-cut, and I brought it back to score it, and I thought that I had the score blade here, but instead I had it down here and I had the trimming blade here, and without even thinking I grabbed it and swiped down and cut into my paper, and I was so mad at myself. Oh man. So word to the wise, if you have the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, make sure you're using the right blade. Alright, so if we were to do some little something here, and we could do, I really want to add some color that is super, super dark. Let me just take 1/8 of an inch off. Let's go 5 1/8. You know what? Let's take it all the way back to 3 3/4 by 5, so I can use those strips for something else later. Okay, 3 3/4 by 5. And then I've got a piece of Whisper White right here that I can layer together. There we go. There we go. All right, that's better. Okay. All right, so this one is 3 3/4 by 5. This piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we'll layer the two together. Hey now, when you get in a hurry and your Stampin' Seal grabs a hold of your cardstock, just tell it what to do. Okay, let's layer this piece on like that. Grab this one. I'm going to get some liquid glue because that's a little thinner than my strip of Stampin' Seal, I think. I'll just run that along there. And where shall we put it? Right there. Okay. And then some dimensionals on the back side of this one, because why not? And just like that. There you go. Super cute, simple, easy, fast little card. And imagine that you already have a handful of these pre-cut and stowed away in a little container, right? And so you can just whip it together super fast, grab any number of those little strips in color and layer them on, and voila, easy peasy. So you can do that with the happy birthday one here, just trim a little off and then the colored piece will line up. You can do it with this one right here, hooray it's your birthday, cut around the stitched edging and then layer it on. That would be cute. And you know, you can do it with all sorts. And also, you know, don't forget about the layering aspect of things. So if I were to cut a little off here and a little off here, I could layer it. In fact, you don't even need to. Look at there. You don't even have to cut it off. It'll still fit on there. So you can layer it that way or whatever you want to do. Also, you can offset it so that it layers like that. No big deal. So there's lots of fun options, and it's really not as constricting as I thought it was going to be. So that was a really fun and interesting thing to discover. And so I hope that you have taken something from this video, and that you'll give it a try too, and find all of the fun little options and possibilities that you can do with the mini messages stamp and die bundle. Oh, this is your first time here? Well, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you. I'm in East Tennessee. So, all right, friends. Well, that is all for today. This was supposed to just be a quick show you how to put the sticker on there and how to use the stamps and the die, and I think we've done that. And you get a little quick card out of the deal too, don't you? So it's a win-win and a bonus. All right, friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit this evening. I really appreciate you all. And until next time, I will see you all later. Have a wonderful night. Be safe, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.